Welcome back to Let's Get Real. We're here today with Kimberly Petree, our secondary counselor, and our topic today is resilience. So tell me, Kimberly, what is resilience?
Well, a real simple definition of resilience would be the ability to bounce back from life's disappointments, failures, setbacks, just difficult situations.
Okay. So why is resilience important?
Well, I think we could all agree that life is going to have disappointments and hardships and setbacks and discouraging moments, and that it's very important that we are preparing our children for those situations, and it's very important that we allow them at each of their own developmental stages to learn how to work through that, to how to be resilient in the situations that they find themselves in, because as they get older, those setbacks and disappointments and discouragements can be so much greter, and allowing them to work through them while they are smaller.
Right.
And one thing I will often say is, if they can't handle the little disappointments, then how will they be prepared for the big disappointments?
Have you got an example of that?
I'll mention even some that are personal, because one, I'm a parent too, and it's hard when your children are disappointed and you want to help fix things for them, and so being able to step back and allow them to do that. And so I have a situation, once my child came home, they were upset with a teacher. They didn't feel something was fair, and so my child coming home, Mom's the school counselor, she will surely make this right for me. Not only am I a mom, I'm her school counselor, which I do advocate for students, and I teach them how to advocate for themselves. So she came to me, I think, both as her mom and her school counselor, and she wasn't quite pleased with my response. And my response to her was, well, what are you going to do about that? And she's like, well, I'm telling you. And I think she wanted me to just fix that for her, and so coaching her through that. Okay, I know, yes, you're frustrated, you're disappointed, you're upset, but what can you do to handle this situation, and believing in her that she could handle that situation, and role-playing that with her. Okay, I'll be the teacher, you be you, I'll be you, you be the teacher. And not just coming and fixing it for her.
Right. Which, that's the $1,000,000 question. How do we teach our children resilience?
How do we teach them? Though I'm seeing the academic side of it, but then I'm seeing the practical with our students. And a couple things that I have noticed is confidence, and that is empowering our students to believe in themselves that they can handle this. They can't, yes, it's disappointing. We can be that empathetic listener to them. I understand your feelings. I understand the hurt and disappointment, but I know that you can handle this, and instilling that confidence that they can work through this.
Yeah, if we rescue them, then we're saying to them, you can't handle it, I'm going to have to handle it for you.
Right. Another something and it's a quote that's not uncommon is, we want to prepare our children for the road and not the road for our children. And that comes with that confidence of that you have the coping skills, you have the ability to handle what life's going to bring, and I'm going to be here to be that coach with you and to talk about it, but I know you can do this.
So we're not asking parents to step back completely and not be involved, but to come alongside them.
And I like that coaching analogy, because the coaches are there at the game, but they're on the side.
Yes.
And that they're there when their child needs them for that what should I do in this situation? And talking that through. So confidence is something that I see, and another characteristic that I see in children that are resilient is this idea of contribution, compassion, that they are very outward focused on helping and serving others, volunteerism, an idea of I have a responsibility to my community and to others, and so that when setbacks and disappointments come, they have this, it hurts and it's hard, and it's something that they still have to work through, but they have this intrinsic motivator that helps them to get through it, because other people are depending on me.
Right.
I can't just shut down. I need to bounce back because I have a connection to my community and to other people. It's a character that's in them that I am here for a purpose, and it's very outward focused.
Yeah.
And I've just seen that students who are involved in serving.
And you know, that's biblical. We talk about being, you know, being others focused is
Right.
certainly biblical.
Right.
And this idea of perseverance
Right.
is very biblical.
Right. And again, it, you know, how to teach resiliency could be a whole, obviously more time than we have.
Right.
But those are definitely some characteristics that I have seen just with the students I've worked with, in that confidence. I love helping our families. I love being a resource of information. But there is something so exciting about when I can have an email come through from a parent with appropriate question, but then I'll have another student come and ask that same question for themselves. And just seeing that confidence in our students that I can manage this.
Right. Yeah.
I can work through this problem. Small, maybe it's a schedule issue, nothing life altering, but that they have this confidence that, you know, when life throws me a curveball,
I can handle it.
I can handle it.
Yeah.
And if I need guidance, I know where to go to.
Yeah, very good.
Huh.
Very good. Well, that's just kind of as a wrap up. Resiliency is being able to handle disappointments as they come along in life, and the ways that we can help them is to instill that confidence, not rescuing them,
Right.
but helping them to work through it without stepping in, being a coach. I like that analogy, and then trying to help them to be more outwardly focused, and not, it's not all about me, it's
Right.
about others.
Right.
So, all right, well, thank you,
Well,
Kimberly.
thanks for having me.
Sure, I appreciate you
Right.
coming. Remember that you can go to the email letsgetreal@newcovenant.net if you have input or suggestions. We'll be glad to hear your input. So thank you for joining us again today.